So he ate. What is the judgment here? If he unintentionally breaks his fast, thinking that the sun had set and found out that it has not, he or she should immediately stop eating and or drinking, wash his or her mouth, and continue his siyam. So his siyam is still valid. However, if he continued eating or drinking, then his siyam becomes null and void and must make it up. Does he have to expiate for that, or just make up? يعني هل عليه كفارة, or just make up for that day? لا كفارة.
يستمر في الصيام بعد ما
يستمر في الصيام. Okay. This situation may happen when it is a foggy day or the sun is behind a high hill and you don't see it. Vomiting while fasting. What is the rule here? When you throw up while you fast,
if you do it intentionally, then it would invalidate your fasting. If accidentally, it's okay.
Is he right?
You fast allowed, except if you take it back. If you throw up, you still have some food and you eat it, then you'll be...
You're not going to take it back, my friend. Who is going to take back his... what kind of taste is that? من ذرعه القيء أي غلبه القيء فليس عليه قضاء ومن استقاء عمدا فليقضي كشم شيء يقيئه أو بإدخال يده في فمه. Should be أصبعه, not يده. Who is going to put his mouth? I don't know. Ahmad, when we say Ahmad, we mean Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Abu Dawood, At-Tirmidhi reported on the account of Abu Hurairah that the Prophet said this hadith. Okay? If vomiting was not intentional, like he said, if vomiting was not intentional, the siyam will still be valid and the person does not have to make it up. If it was intentional, his siyam becomes invalid and must be made up. He must make it up. If, for instance, the fasting person became overwhelmed with anxiety and happened to vomit without due cause, his siyam is still valid and he can complete his fast. However, if the person puts his finger in his mouth in order to vomit, or if he smells something, if he's, come here Muhammad, he is our junior qari, mashallah, mashallah. He recited yesterday very, very correctly, to the point that I called my two sons to have them listen to his recitation. Wallahi, he did not make a single mistake in the tashkil. الفتحة فتحة والضمة ضمة, يعني سبحان الله. So, okay. Question number 10, fasting on behalf of others. Can you fast on behalf of your dad, your mom, your friend, you're not going to fast on behalf of your friend. I don't think so. But who knows? Maybe close friend. Can you fast on behalf of somebody else? No? Life or dead? Okay. We'll see. It is disallowed. It's disallowed. غير مسموح به يعني. It is disallowed to fast on behalf of a living and unable person. The person is still alive, but he is unable to fast. Okay, for some reason. This also applies, so it is disallowed. غير مسموح به. This also applies to the performance of salah. You cannot perform salat on behalf of somebody because he is handicapped or disabled. Nonetheless, the ulama differ over the case of one who dies and has not made up some days of fasting. The person already died and he did not fulfill the siyam for the whole month. And we are talking about the obligatory siyam. We are not talking about the voluntary siyam here. Okay? Although he had the ability to do so, most scholars, including Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik ibn Anas, they say that the guardian or heir, al-warith, heir, is not to fast on his behalf. Although he's dead, you don't fast on his behalf, but to pay the ransom, to feed a poor person for every day that he missed the fasting. The chosen opinion, however, among the Shafi'iyya is that it is preferred for the guardian here is the near relative. Yani his brother, his father, it is preferred to fast on the deceased's behalf, thus fulfilling his duty. There is therefore no need to feed anyone. So you fast on his behalf, but you don't have to feed anyone, because fasting on his behalf is enough for that. The proof for that is what Ibn Abbas related, that a man came to the Prophet ﷺ. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "O Messenger of Allah, Ya Nabi Allah, my mother died and a month of fast is due from her." The woman did not fast the whole month and she passed away. Should I fast on her behalf? The Prophet ﷺ said, if your mother had a debt, would you fulfill it for her? The man said yes. The Prophet ﷺ replied, a debt to Allah has more of a right to be fulfilled. The debt to Allah has more of a right to be fulfilled. You understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we come to areas, yes.
So what if the person is sick and he or she was not able to fast?
Well, we talked about that, unable. Okay? If the person is alive and unable, you don't fast on his behalf. You don't.
No, I'm talking about somebody was sick, they did not fast for the month, and eventually in the later month they pass away. So are the siblings or their relatives supposed to fast for that person who died and was not able to fast because he was sick when he was in the month of Ramadan? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was sick during the month of Ramadan and he died in the month of Ramadan.
He died in Shawwal. The person dies in Shawwal.
Yeah.
And the near relatives have to fast for this person?
They have to fast because if he died in the month of Ramadan, they are not obliged to fast on his behalf, right? Because he's still, in the month of Ramadan. But if he died in the month of Shawwal, he had a chance